Hello, gamers. Before we start this presentation, I have a very important announcement. I am swapping my schedule around a little bit due to scheduling stuff with some people. Uh, my streaming schedule will now be Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at noon Pacific Standard Time. Uh, That being said, you can still find me on Twitch now on those days. If you like my stuff, consider following me there even. You can also find me on Bluesky and Tumblr at BigBar1, as well as here on YouTube. I would really appreciate a lick and subscribble. And with that, back to your regularly scheduled program. Hello! Hi, Gremlin. I see that you're here. Hi, how are you? I'm very excited for today because I'm actually going to be making progress on the art piece, the funny One Piece art piece, the one that I desperately need to finish before I feel comfortable continuing the rest of the series. Yeah, no, how are you? How is everybody? Let me get Let me outer my wilds real quick. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? I'm happy y'all are here. I am going to switch right over to art time because I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited for this. And let me go over to here. And here we are. So I'm going to do my best to finish this piece today. The two things that are going to take the longest are probably going to be the pirates dancing in the back. I'm gonna kind of be using this as main reference, but with all this other stuff is supplementary, and also the actual background, because I have to look like, oh, there's a wanted poster for somebody named Mikio. It looks like, plus windows, plus on this side I kind of have these shelves already taken care of. I have them already taken care of, kind of. But that'll definitely need to be detailed. God, my phone is struggling with internet right now. There we go. Okay, there is a massive delay. Let me close that and open that up again. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's slightly less delay. Very good. Very good, very awesome. So I'm gonna see all the progress that I did the previous time on this piece, without all the references to see where I need to put stuff. It definitely looks like this bar is definitely a lot smaller. It is a small town. It looks like from the reference images that there's mostly like uh this place, like the bar with the stools and two tables. One here in the front and one there in the back. So I might focus uh on the back table before I get to the rest of the red hair pirates, because they are going to be dancing in front of the background. All right, don't mind popping noises. I pop like I'm 85 even though I'm like in my 20s. There we go. Okay. Let me color. Proper brush. Uh, pro proper layer. There we go. Proper layer taken care of. We are golden. We are golden and also awesome. If I turn these back on, you know that is true. I have the joints of 85 clowns. Oh, speaking of clowns, before the stream today, I was watching a recording of Cirque du Soleil's Cabinet of Curiosities. Cirque du Soleil is so good. Like legit, I would love to catch them live sometime. It's so good. So good, and why do so many of the acrobats have to be hot? Huh? Why are some of the trapeze artists and like the balance artists like so good looking? I don't get it. I don't get why they get to do that. Also the clowning in that is like top notch. They mostly do like character clown stuff, so it's a lot less of the white paint and more like exaggerated outfits. Which I kind of dig. I kind of dig that vibe coming from them. It's very nice. There's like a particular like balance artist that was also on another show where they were doing more of a lifeguard type situation. Uh, he looks so good. Oh my god. Trapeze requires the kind of confidence that the world only lets you keep if you're conventionally attractive. If you're, I mean that is true. That is true, but also trapeze kind of facilitates a body type that I particularly enjoy looking at. So like, you know, there's a certain point where are they are are they trapeze artists because they're hot, or are they hot because they're trapeze artists? He's like, there is a certain level of hotness and confidence that you can only sort of get through constant development of yourself. I have a cat trying to get in. Hi, I heard you. I heard you pushing against my door. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Plus, they have unlike bodybuilders, which I'm not a particular fan of, aesthetically speaking. It's impressive how much they can lift, and like power lifters also. But like, I don't know, there's something about the flexible, like long muscles that trapeze artists develop that sort of mix together well with their other muscles. Just mwah. Great silhouette, amazing silhouette. Okay, there we go. Hi, you want up on my lap? You want up? I'm just gonna be drawing. Yeah. There we go. Here we are. I now have a cat on my lap. Today is a good day. Earlier I had some like lemon medley sort of like herbal tea with some honey in it. It was quite good. The reason I had that is because people in my house are coming down with some sort of sickness. And so I'm sort of trying to nip it in the bud a little bit and sort of take care of myself before I really need to, so that once I get it, which seems inevitable, it doesn't like kill me as much. Let me lower the volume for me. There we go. You know, and like I knew Cirque du Soleil was like French, right? Because that's obviously a French name. They speak French in a lot of their shows. I thought that they were like from France, but it turns out no, they're from Quebec. As far as I could tell, they're Quebecois. Which is like I don't know, I don't know. Usually, uh, that's worse than being French. I yeah. I mean yeah. That is true. However, I think Cirque du Soleil, by like the product of being them, makes Quebec like a little less bad. There's a little less evil in Quebec than there would be otherwise without Cirque du Soleil. France is a country of clowns and exactly. Like, isn't that legitimately where like modern circus started? Was France, as far as I can tell? And then like it sort of spread outward to like place uh people say that he's a clown. Frankly, that is a grave insult to clowns everywhere. That is a grave insult to clowns because clowns do great work. They do great work and they're wonderful performers. And the current president is a mistake given human form. That's where the word came from, but it was originally more like a derby, like a horse race, and like chariot race. So honestly, something like the Indy 500 with like cars is a lot more true to form for like going back to the Roman circus. I think they mostly use the same word because circuses usually like perform in a round on like a round stage or like in a ring. So like they're in the circle. Okay. How far should this go back to? Probably like that. I think that's fair. Circius, Circius Bredus. Actually, no, it wasn't. It wasn't Circius Bredus. It was Circius Panus. And the reason I'm saying that is one because that's the Latin word for bread. Because pan goes to like all the Romance languages, but also it kind of sounds like penis, which is funny. Penis joke funny. I have some sort of speaking of circus, I have some fun game sort of progress update. So I decided to split the two halves of the game into two separate games to fix the scope and art direction issues. And it seems like doing this one simple trick has solved most of my art problems. And its cousin Phallus Minimus invented the first penis pill. Well, you see, he was the guy that started the idea that small penis is actually masculine, actually. That was sort of pervasive in like ancient Greece, I think. That was definitely the idea from like was Michelangelo the sculptor or was he the painter? Or was he both? Did he do both? I'm trying to remember who like the sort of master marble sculptor was. Ah. Yeah, yeah, of course. And David. Yeah, like David is that sculpture. That is legit masterful work, but like looking at it now, small penis funny. Oh shit. You okay? Like the last time I remember you talking about stuff, it was incredibly foggy where you were. So I imagine the fog plus flat tire probably sucked. Ooh. I hope that didn't cost too much. Ah. One of my cats is meowing and it's very cute. Not related to the heater actually. Huh. Oh, that reminds me. When I talked about how hot it gets here, in the summer, and you were like, "Oh, no wonder you'd have AC." We don't in this house. Not related to the weather actually. Huh. But yeah, no. In this house we do not have. Yeah, I suffer. I suffer greatly. It's fine though. It's been like a few years now, and so I'm just sort of used. I'm more used to it at this point. The thing I'm really worried about is all the electronics in the house, because they start to suffer after after like it gets above 40. Like once it starts getting above like 40 C, the electronics start to suffer. I feel so bad for people who are cursed with living in Arizona because their shoes actually melt. Like they're walking on the sidewalk, right? They're walking on the sidewalk or the road or any sort of paved surface, and then their shoes start melting. I that is a sign that you should probably shouldn't be living there, at least in the way that you're living. You know? They just decided, you know what'd be great? Let's build suburban sprawl in the middle of a desert where it's where we need a lot of water to upkeep our lawns.
I curse you! Curse you with Schurzmeltoff disease!
God, I love Hunter the Parenting so much. That new episode that came out was so good. And all the lesbians seems to agree. They love that wolf woman who could beat them up and kill them instantly. I should actually shorten this. I think that's the problem I was having, is that this is too long compared to this table, which is a square. God, the amount of love on the internet I've seen for Matilda after like the new Hunter the Parenting episode came out is not astonishing, but I'm very happy to see that level of like love for a character. And even in the world of darkness, he can't get away from being beaten up by a fucking wolf. And then sent to fucking hell. Well, no, hell's in the Umbra, but the Umbra's not hell. Oh, there's probably more than that by now. I believe in the internet. I believe they can do better than 8. Uh, the list of coordinate massacres is incomplete. You can help by expanding it. Do table. Another thing that sort of splitting of the game helped do is that now the people working on music have a much more concrete thing to go off of, turns out. It turns out that having a concrete vision for the vibe of the game helps people make stuff for it that fits. I'm learning so many things about being a project lead, like, really fast, and it's nice that I'm learning. It's really nice that I'm learning, and it feels like I'm learning at a pace that's not super annoying for people. Yeah, who would have thunk? Problem is I'm incredibly neurodivergent and I love clowns. So, that sort of that sort of makes my mind branch out of like, oh, what if this happened or this happened or this happened? But I need a concrete vision. And that sort of concrete vision is starting to formulate. Like there's a very work in progress like menu theme that was posted and is gonna be like finished like sometime later today. And having that will also help sort of go, okay, what fits with this and what doesn't, so that like we can get an even more concrete vision of the idea. Gladiators. I mean, I mean, true. I mean, true. But like, there's gotta be like a lot of orchestral and spacey type stuff like mixed in with circus. The people working on music are sort of basing a lot of stuff on things like Kirby, and like I'm like Kirby music, and I'm very happy with that because Kirby often has a lot of spacey themes in the music, and also sort of has that Kirby music would fit in a circus. You know what I mean? Like in terms of vibe of a lot of the music. Plus, like one of the people working on it did music for a Doom WOD, basically set in the pool rooms, like you know that pool section of the back rooms, and it's very droning and atmospheric, and that is like wonderful for like the sort of spacey because like it is a space fantasy setting that this game takes place in. And like on that sort of brings me to a thing that I posted in the Discord, I posted on all my socials. I made an announcement, like little announcement thing on the VOD that just uploaded. That like because I didn't want it to come out of nowhere. Scheduling stuff got fixed in my personal life, which means that now I'm able to swap my schedule from Fridays to Thursdays, and why that's also helping me out. Everything else is staying the same, by the way. Like uh, the times, the other days, the subjects that I'm working on each stream, like that's all staying the same. It's just I'm swapping Friday for Thursday. And another reason why that helps me is hopefully I'll remember to watch the Mom Zerk stream this week because I really want to catch that live again. It's a very good time to watch it live. Or like sorry, watching it live is a great time is what I mean. Uh so yeah, swapping schedules and for once this VOD is out, the people will have seen the change for like I don't know, the two people that watch each VOD. Uh like we'll see that oh I've changed the schedule for like a whole week plus this little thing in stream. But like anyways, on Thursdays I'm gonna be switching gears a little bit. It's gonna be the same world, it's gonna be for the same project and like everything. Uh I I'm going to be working on more like environmental and like sort of level style character art. Not character art. Concept art. Because one, I want to get better at that. Two, that'll help like completely formulate a an like an art style, which I already have an idea for what the like actual art style is gonna be. Uh, but I want to have it down like on canvas, not you know. So like I want to actually have a visual representation of like this is the kind of stuff that works, this is the kind of stuff that doesn't. So I'm gonna be working on that Thursday. Yeah, no, the project's sort of coming along, and on Sunday I'll be back to programming because turns out programming is fun. Uh, I've got the bug. I've got the bug in my eye, much like the Lost Sinner Dark Souls 2, and it's making me create things. Is forcing me to create things. Oh no, my least favorite thing, making stuff. So like I'll show off more progress on that. I've started on you got the insects on the mechanism. Yeah, I have bugs, much like code. I'm filled with bugs, much like Oogie Boogie from the hit movie Nightmare Before Christmas. And that looks like a good angle. Oh, you want off? All right, there we go. But what basically that splitting the first and second half into two separate games is gonna do is that I can keep that sort of light-hearted, sort of whimsical, spacey circus aesthetic going throughout the whole thing, which will help a lot. And then I can later on focus on the entire like vibe of the next game, uh also more concise. I'm very excited. And of course those are two games that are a little bit on the back burner in terms of programming for them at the moment because I need everything else situated. They're larger projects, and I'm doing another game as like a learning experience at the moment, like programming it. You know, I'm very glad that I've had the opportunity so far to like pursue these creative endeavors because not everybody gets the opportunity. Sometimes people just don't stick with it, and it's like not necessarily their fault. It just, sometimes people don't manage to keep going on things. I've had all sorts of projects that I've started and then like couldn't continue. Like a card game. I've had a card game in the work, like a trading card game in the works for a while that I've just sort of accidentally abandoned. Uh, which I might work on once like a bunch of these other projects are done. I like card games. I like card games a lot. I like making I like making games is the thing. I've been trying to make a card game like on and off since grade school. Basically, like since I was like late single digits like age. It's just that's a lot of art. That's a lot of art. Let's see. It starts at the center. No, why is it your face? No, I want draw. Thank you. Another aspect of doing this background and perspective that's gonna help me with drawing in general is I need perspective practice a little bit. I know perspective. It's just I've been sort of neglecting that in my art. I've been drawing and developing my other art skills more. And same with background work. So like I'd like to keep those sort of consistent. with the rest of my art. You want out? Here we go. Love you. Right. And it turns out, when you're sort of the person doing all the art on a project that has backgrounds and other things that are not necessarily characters, it's good to learn how to do those better. And so I'm gonna learn how to do those better. Because I like learning. You know, I once heard the phrase, one must imagine Sisyphus happy, and I took that personally, frankly. Like, like, not personally negatively. Like, I sort of internalized that, like, no. Like, sometimes the task is fun, even if you never complete it. It's still, like, you know, sometimes it's worthwhile. Sometimes you must imagine Sisyphus happy. Speaking of Sisyphus, do we know if he's, like, ever tried to stop pushing the boulder? Like, yeah, that's his punishment, but has he ever, is there, like, a thing of, like, he tried to stop and then he was, like, killed, but then brought back until, like, he would do it again? Ah. So, like, maybe that's not his punishment, and he just saw just a really, really, really cool boulder. He wanted to push up a really awesome hill. Like, he just saw that shit and went, "Oh, yes, what I always wanted." I don't know, I guess, like, with Tantalus, his punishment is a lot more obvious. So, like, it's easier to go, like, ah, yes, he's miserable. His entire life sucks because he killed and cooked his own son to try and feed to the gods. Like, Sisyphus is just kind of pushing up that boulder all the time. There's an entire Rage game about that, and people play that and enjoy it. So, like, you know, I can't imagine a game being made out of Tantalus. Actually, no, I can. It's called League of Legends. Honestly, if the Greek gods were real and, like, formulated an elaborate punishment like they're known to do, I fully believe that League of Legends would be one of them for, like, the modern era. Like, you know, I know the Your Honor, League of Legends, death, like, bit. Like, I know that bit, but, like, legitimately, League seems like the least fun thing. Ooh. Ooh, tell me your Transformers secret. I've also been getting back into fanfic lately. Religion was, almost uniformly, a great deal more exciting than I had given it credit for. It helped that a great many of the 13 had held some variation of "Thou shalt unleash much ordnance" as part of their primary penance. Ah, also known as the Russian Orthodoxy. God, the fact that they have purity seals and like anoint their armaments is like legit like 40k behavior. You know, usually the stuff I tend to read falls under original work rather than fanfic, but I have been getting more into fanfic, and I feel like I'm a worse person for it. But like, I don't know. Sometimes it's fun to see your favorite characters in situations. I'm gonna need to read a lot of fanfic anyway if I want to research for that Undertale fandom uh like deep dive series that I want to do. I just hope I don't like actually get sucked in again, because some of that stuff is definitely it's definitely the media of all time. Blessed be this nuke, for it shall smite the sinners and concentrate the soul of the unholy. Yeah, exactly. Oh, that whole conversation mixing together reminded me. Last night and this morning, I was watching a video essay on like both Toby Fox uh and Scott Cawthon, and in the way that like Five Nights at Freddy's was thrust onto the world, like if God in the way that Scott Cawthon believes in him is real, then Five Nights at Freddy's is a direct act of divine intervention. Think about that for a moment. Because, like, in the story of making Five Nights at Freddy's, it it sort of feels like an act of divine intervention that it's a thing and popular. It's very funny. The fic is a Transformers sci-fi, or is it just sci-fic? Uh, Anyways, the fic is a Transformers fic about a uh, bot that travels to the center of Cybertron and becomes the first prime of a new lineage descending from Solid Prime. Oh, sorry, I've been out of the fanfic space for a while, so I've kind of forgotten some of the terms and like abbreviations. Solus Prime. I mean, yeah, stupid autocorrect, but also, if there was a character named Solid Prime, and there better be in a fic. If not, I will do research on Transformers and write it for the funny. Where there's Solid Prime, who's Transformers Solid Snake. I'm putting this idea out into the universe so that it becomes real. The past couple of days, I've been getting back into fanfic, and I thought, you know, the How to Train Your Dragon TV series did a lot of stuff that I didn't like, even though it's a show that I grew up watching as a kid and absolutely love. No, his name before becoming Primus. Right, Solidus Snake. I forgot. I keep forgetting about all the snakes because I haven't played Metal Gear yet. I know a lot about Metal Gear Solid for somebody who's never played it. Is sort of what I'm gonna say. Like any of the games. But I don't know anywhere near as much as like the average person who has. It looks insanely fun though. All five games do. I also kind of want to play Metal Gear Rising, but like it's not canon, so I could skip it. Ah, that's a good one I've heard. I I I mean all of them are good, but like I've heard that that one tends to be a like a fan favorite. I don't know, the ones I hear about a lot are like one, two, three, and five. Like I've heard that four is also good, but I never really hear about four. Do, 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 do. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. That reminds me of a conversation I had with a friend, said friend that sometimes pops up in chat, about Ralsei. And why that reminded me of that is because both of us don't like his guts. Like there is something deeply wrong with that little fucking goat. Oh yeah. Yeah, that is what I heard about that. I have horrible patience for cutscenes. If I wanted to watch a movie, I would just watch a movie. Don't touch my phone. Don't touch my phone, Penelope. Don't touch my phone. I love you dearly. I need you to not touch my phone because your paw activates the touchscreen. But you know, I have very bad. Oh, Old Snake is four. Okay, so I do know some stuff. It's just I don't know as much. Like nearly as much as like one, two, three, and five. Again, I really need to play Metal Gear. I think I may have Control Z'd a little bit too far on accident, because I remember already erasing this stuff. Uh, yeah, which should I go back to talking about? Like my idea of a canon, like a minor canon divergence fic about fixing like, um, How to Train Your Dragon, Race to the Edge, and the two series that should have just been seasons of the show, or to my opinions on Ralsei. Because like I do not trust that fucking goat. And why Metal Gear Solid 5 reminded me of it is because my friend and I had a conversation about Ralsei, and we came to the conclusion that us recruiting all the people feels kind of like how in Metal Gear, like getting all the soldiers makes your life harder. Like later on. And so like I feel like Ralsei is going to end up as a secret boss, and that it's gonna be really hard when like, you know, we say we basically like spared everybody. Man, we do not trust that fucking goat. Big boss. I am big boss. And you are too. Like that phrase has been memed a lot. That is a very profound scene. Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain is a very, very, very competently written piece of media. I can't wait for Kojima's new stealth, like action stealth game. That's gonna be totally not Metal Gear. Like it'll have Metal Gear scribbled out from the image. It is an incredibly Kojima game. That is very true. Man, a minor canon divergence fic. Uh the problem is I'm like thinking about how to fix a show that's already like not bad. It's not a bad show. It's good. It's just it could have been great. And I'm kind of upset that it could have been great but wasn't. So the character Heather, who is entirely like original to the series, really could have been used like super well to forward Metallic Cog, the latest game from hit game creator Hideous Kojima. And that's Kojima's evil twin is Hideous Kojima. Actually, no, that's what he calls himself. Like his self-insert in his next game. Sort of like Revolver, Ocelot, Liquid Snake, Solid Snake, um, Psycho Mantis, like those kinds of names. He's Hideous Kojima. Well, like no, like the character of Heather in Race to the Edge could have been sort of the show's equivalent to Ahsoka from Clone Wars in the sense of like making all the characters sort of another character that adds stakes back to the story because the show is a midquel, which means it takes place in the middle of two things that were already out. So like it could have helped add stakes to the whole show because in it like you know that the characters are going to turn out okay because you see them in the next movie that takes place later and came out first. But like this her and her brother were like completely original characters to the show, and they could have been done super well. There's one her brother could have been done really well if they just never brought him back after he sacrificed himself. Basically, it's sort of the phenomenon of he should have stayed dead. And given the other characters like more sort of more of a journey onto their sort of who they are in How to Train Your Dragon 2. And like with this whole thing, not gonna change the movies one fucking bit. Because the movies are already really good. It's just that the supplementary material is just kind of not at the same quality. I want to figure out how to make it fit better. And there were a lot of times where they almost had it. They were like leading towards like being great. like being an actively great show, and then they just kind of didn't, and it's not really their fault. And like that's a bit of a shame. Oh yeah. You want to know the worst part about that show? And this is a bit of a spoiler for a future stream because I'm gonna do a birthday stream this year because it fits on one of my streaming days. Um that show came out on my birthday. That show came out on my birthday. And I will hate it forever for doing that. I will uncanonize that show. How to Train Your Dragon is like my favorite movie trilogy. It's like my favorite multi-movie franchise. And they fucking botched it on my birthday. Oh no, I feel like honestly they could have just never made that show and it would have been better. Or they could have made a better one that wasn't set in modern times but was still like cool like technological Vikings aesthetic like the movies were. I guess when Hiccup like I guess like when Hiccup changes all their minds, they sort of stop being a Viking. Like stop being a Viking people, maybe. It doesn't seem like they're going Viking anymore after the first movie. I saw somebody like do a rewrite. Yes, I am a Christmas boy. That motherfucking show came out on my birthday and I will hate it forever. I will hate it forever, even more than normal for that. Um, no, because if he existed, which I'm not like ruling out necessarily, I just kind of am not religious. But like he was most likely born sometime in like March or April, because Christmas being in December comes from like previous tradition, like previous non-Christian traditions like Saturnalia and other like winter solstice festivals. Oh no, the Mexican one. No, but I knew a Jesus figure. He's nice. Actually, I should probably keep this X in the middle here. Stool time. Time for stool. Drawing environments is fun, but like when it's a bar like this and you're drawing stools, it's not exactly a flashy drawing. But it's definitely something that needs to be done and is also very entertaining to do. Ah, man, I saw somebody do an interesting complete rewrite of like, if we had to do a sequel show like the Nine Realms, then this is how it would be better. How it would be like better. And by the way, like basically completely redone and changed. Uh, and the way it worked was basically turning it more into like the How to Train Your Dragon books, which I've read the first one. The first one's very good, where it's like an actual school of like how to train your dragon. Make the Atlantis movie with dragons. Yes, yes, absolutely, yes. I love Atlantis. I love Atlantis so much. It's so good. It is a peak movie. That and Treasure Planet. But Treasure Planet too is very influential on all my art. It is very influential on the setting that I'm uh making into the game projects that I'm working on. Uh, just like the whole shebang. So good. Same with Atlantis. It's a shame that I can't draw hands like they do in Atlantis, because I'm not good enough at hands yet. But I'm getting there, and I sort of hope to take in that style of hand into my art, because they do it good. They do it good. The knuckles are very nice. Yes. Yes, it does. Yeah, incredibly based. I I I am not in a position where I can say what the best interpretation of Treasure Island is, but it is definitely tied between Muppets Treasure Island and Treasure Planet. Like I think those movies are tied for the best like adaptation of Treasure Island. You rotate and fix that. There we go. Ah, that one's also good. That one is also good. Like they did not have to go that hard on like the Russian treasure island. I like how distinct the style is. It is quite solid. All right, let's see. This one would probably, yeah, would probably go like that. Anyone off? Okay. I don't know the fact that Dr. Livesey ended up being such a big meme like definitely says something about the overall quality of the piece, because It's not like a meme of like, oh, this dude's stupid or anything. It's like it's a permutation of the Giga Chad meme with Dr. Livesey. So like, it is a good adaptation. It's just memes aside, Muppet Treasure Island and Treasure Planet are like unbelievably good. Also, Robin Williams. Like, come on. Robin Williams is a funny little guy robot. Incredibly based casting choice. Also, it's a shame that two of Disney's best animated movies were box office bombs, relatively speaking, like Atlantis and Treasure Planet. And them not doing nearly as well might have contributed to Disney uh, abandoning 2D animation later in like 2013 when they were like after they made Princess and the Frog. Okay, something went wrong here. Something went wrong in the way I'm drawing. Slova Rom is weird. I love that. I love it so much. And then the funk starts playing. And then I do this and sort of keep moving it until it looks right. And then the stool's based. An incredibly based stool. There we go. Stool, stool. Every once in a while, I just for some reason, no like no context whatsoever. I just hear in my head like the Slingshot channel, like welcome to the Slingshot channel. Let me show you its features. Like every once in a while, I just see that man go. Let me show you his features. I like that channel. I don't know why I stopped watching them. Hold on, let me ban this person. I recognize this username, which means that this bot has evaded a ban message. There we go. Yeah, exactly. No, I love looking at people like making mechanical shit. It's so good. Like there was one where he made a fully automatic crossbow. Very good. Peak engineering. I got a video on my feed from him recently, but it was one talking about like because he's German, he was talking about his family's past because his grandfather was a like a card carrying Nazi, and obviously he hates that history. He Oh yes, the dagger, yeah. And so I haven't checked his channel out again. I should, but like I don't know. It's nice to see that he's popping up on my feed again. Let me fix this leg a little bit. My leg! There we go. Okay, that's looking a bit better, I think. Maybe. Okay, that looks like it might have actually fixed it. So like if sort of back to fan fiction because I'm thinking about it again. If I really wanted to, like if I really wanted to put myself through horrible, horrible pain. No, God, no. Oh mein Gott! Es ist ein Kampffilm with chair smoking. Like I know that is not correct German. That's the meme. That is the meme. I checked up with my German friends recently. I'm glad she's doing better. Her dad died and that was a bit rough for obvious parent dying related reasons. Like I'm glad she's faring. I'm glad she's faring well. Oh my God! I got reminded of my favorite permutation of the little German boy meme. It's the fucking 40k bit of like, oh mein Gott, der Codex Astartes ist ein bunch of Bullscheiße. No, little German boy, don't join the Black Templars. Oh mein Gott, der Codex Astartes ist ein bunch of Bullscheiße. Is very good, and sometimes it just plays in my head. I have a tiny like film, like a movie theater set up in my brain. Oh, there's a Homestuck one. God, that's another thing. A lot. Like I keep talking about having to get into Homestuck for the history context of Undertale fandom. God, that and going down the fanfic rabbit hole. Oh my god. Because like I'm gonna have to go deep into like the the different interpretations of sans in the fandom. Because like AUs usually center around sans. Right? Like he's usually sort of become the main character to the fandom. And so I'm gonna need to go like, okay, who is Sans actually? Like who is he actually? What are people like getting from him in terms of character writing? And what does that mean for the different like AU versions of him? Because like that is very important to know. It's a whole rabbit hole. I'm very happy that I'm on the journey, but it is a bit of a rabbit hole. And the fact that Mr. Robert Tobert Fobert, also known as Toby Fox, was like on the team who did music for Homestuck, means that there's also a little bit of that history I have to get into, and also because, understandably, Homestuck fans are very similar to Undertale fans. Yeah, the I see. God, I love that that whole sentence makes no sense. I mean, I understand it because I have context, but I love that that whole thing just like to somebody who isn't informed, that makes no sense. Just yeah, the human X troll Yuri couple adopts the kind of clone descendant of the human X troll Yaoi couple. Uh, couple's troll as a little German boy, and the humans are siblings. Like that to the uninitiated, that sounds like gibberish. That reminds me of a joke I saw where it's like web web comic and known official religion Homestuck. Because like you're also sort of a testament to this. There are like current Homestuck fans that are still like big into it. The human girl also reads Sigmund Freud to her child is 100% in character for fucking Freud. I'm sorry, I do not like Freud. I and the and I as well as the psychology community hate Freud. He had a couple of good points that are right, but a lot of the stuff he said was woof. It was rough. Okay, okay. I need to label these layers real quick. Saloon sketch 2, Saloon sketch 1. He propelled the psychology community forward just by how much wrong stuff he came up with and they had to disapprove. Yeah, no, that is definitely one of my favorite things is that people are like, I hate this guy. I hate this guy so much. I'm going to devote my life to proving him wrong. And that's just been happening for a couple generations now. He's just God, I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. He's like a hate blorbo for people. Which one? Which one are you? Okay. Okay, I know what you are. Ben Big Man Hey Table Sketch. Ben Beckman Sketch 1. And you, I don't know why you are where you are. So I'll put you down there. Shanks and Luffy. Oh yeah, fair enough. Have a good time on that stream. I forgot that a stream was happening today because I saw on the schedule that a YouTube video is going to be posted. So I thought, oh yeah, you know they don't usually have videos happen on the same day as streams. I forgot that Drock can do whatever the hell he wants because he's based. Man, I have a good time on there. Luffy sketch 2. There we go. There we go. Okay. Based in teacher's son pilled. Son of a teacher who's also incredibly based, by the way, and can do whatever the hell she wants to, frankly. Also, shout out to British Columbia for influencing all the accents of people here and in Washington. Thank you very much, genuinely. Unfortunately, Oregon is also cursed with California. So it sort of evens out. It sort of evens out a little bit. That is true, and also combined. You, you didn't mention how she's more based than both of us combined, frankly. Let's see. I Man, I'm really like, what can I do except for the guys in the back, which are the point of this whole drawing? That's so funny. It's really funny that I'm doing that. Okay. I can draw the dirt on the floor. True. What I am gonna draw is these two windows in this wanted poster. Maybe not the wanted poster yet, but I will probably want to draw the windows because that feels important. Or a spittoon. Oh, this the spittoon is usually by the door, on the outside. So it wouldn't really be in the shot, but it is there. I'm adding it into the scene just behind the camera. Wrong layer, Kronk. Here we go. Oh yeah. That hasn't happened yet. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, Lucky Roo. The fact that that man is the fastest is really like deeply funny to me. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Okay, okay, I'm correct. I'm correct in my placement. Very true. Or just do what a Kizaru did and kind of cheat and just become light. Kizaru just went, I do not vibe with this world, and turned into light. But little did he know, he vibed. He vibed really hard with this world. Da, 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 da. I've been practicing singing, and I feel like I'm getting a lot better. Which is very good. I reject your reality and substitute my own. I love Mythbusters. I love Mythbusters a lot. I grew up watching that show, like out of many shows that I watched. I was very heavily like my childhood was heavily based on television. It just so happened that a lot of the stuff I watched was educational. Not even because I was just like sat in front of educational content, just like, ooh, new fact that I get to learn. Yippee! I love space. I love finding out that these things are real or fake. Like I mean, I was sort of guided towards enjoying that kind of stuff, but I took to it on my own. All right, there we go. Very based. As I just noticed that you have left. Have a great time watching Drock stream. He is incredibly based. He's incredibly based and also awesome. A fellow Pacific Northwest boy. I fix your perspective a little bit. Where I'm from, we call them potato Jeremys. But I made a PNG tuber model for one of my friends. He's just a funny little wizard. He's just a little funny little wizard guy with a potato head. And his name is Potato Jeremy. And we love him dearly. Oh, dog time. I just got the drop notification. Dog time. Time to draw cloud dogs. That's fun. What's also fun is drawing the red-haired pirates, though. So like, I guess we're both winning. And yeah, if you're watching this and you like my content, make sure to follow. And I highly recommend also following Drock. Go follow him too. Go follow him. He's based in awesome and is a really really good artist. He's very inspirational to me as an artist, along with Salty Jub and Stade McMuffin are like probably the three people right now that are most inspirational to me. Incre- uh, Incredibly cool people. I hope to inspire people like they inspired me. It seems like I've started to, with Gremlin there, who was just in the stream. I inspired them to start drawing again, which makes me really happy and boosts my ego immensely. My brain is huge. My brain is huge, but it's not brain matter. You see, it's my ego. It, it's my silly gay ego. I'm really liking how this is coming out, actually. There's some stuff I'm gonna need to redo in a later like sketch pass, obviously. Right? Like these stools could use some reworking. But I like the composition. The composition is nice. Oh, very cool. Very cool, very awesome. I keep thinking about this like this very canon compliant but like also a bit canon divergent fic that I'm like fanfic I'm thinking of in my head, and I already have a lot of stuff I'm writing for. I'm writing a quick little script for a devlog, and I'm writing for the game that we're making, and like I'm doing a bunch of stuff right now. I don't need to force myself to do another thing, but I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop thinking about that fanfic. I don't know why. I guess it's just I'm angry that uh that Race to the Edge wasn't as good as it could have been. Maybe. I'm not talking about like the actual art style of the show. Like obviously it wasn't gonna be the quality of the movies in terms of like visual fidelity, right? Like obviously, because it's a show that came out on a weekly basis and was on a really tight schedule and had a relative budget to the movies, but had to spread it out to a lot more time. So like I really don't blame it for that. That's not what I'm like, oh, I need to fix it. I need to make Race to the Edge look like movie. Like I don't need to do that. What I do need to do though is to fit it in better with the movies, so that it feels kind of like the How to Train Your Dragon equivalent of fucking Clone Wars. Clone Wars is like the most based like tie-in show that I've ever seen in my life. It's so good. So it's premium. Clone Wars is premium, and that was before season, like the new season. Not well, it's not so new now, but like the latest season came out, plus the expansion of the Bad Batch. Right, like all that objectively improves Star Wars. Like it, you cannot watch Star Wars without Clone Wars. You might be able to skip out on Bad Batch, but like that's not like docking at any points in quality. It's just like it's even more of a side story a little bit from what I've seen. Also the fact that they were able to add so many characters into it that you didn't know what was going to happen to them next because you didn't see them in the movies that were out at the time. They could have been like anything could happen to them. And like you also get to have people like Ahsoka uh who, who like yeah, Ahsoka and Darth Maul who sort of act as characters that move Anakin and Obi-Wan respectively into being who they are in the third movie from the second movie. And it makes everything make more sense. And I would like to try and do a rewrite um the whole thing with Race to the Edge being being fixed, being fixed and becoming great. Where Heather is sort of like that Ahsoka for the characters, sort of like that very influential character that we don't know what happens to them, and also to allow me to add a gay relationship into it, and that's incredibly based. I could show two women kissing, incredibly based. Okay, your outfit is incredibly baggy. We need to see your shoes. Ben, big man. First appearance. Images. I need to see his shoes. Ah, he has one. That motherfucker has one to buckle my shoes. He has one to buckle my shoes, and that's very funny. Also, the fact that in 14 years his hair completely grays is very interesting. The stress of keeping his hubby alive and functioning is kind of getting to him a little bit. I I need to see your shoes. It kind of looks like his shoes haven't changed at all. So like he has funny buckles on his shoes. Yes, he still has those weird like boots with five round buckles on them. All right, that makes sense. Okay, that's not important right now. That's not important right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buckle down, but and I am going to actually draw the rest of the Red Hair Pirates because they all show up in the same panel. They all show up in the same panel. And I can also use this as an opportunity to cheat a little bit and have Whoop Slap. Well, not Whoop Slap. I'm gonna draw him on his own because he's awesome. Whoop Slap is epic. But the lady who runs the bar is a separate character, a separate named character. I forget her name, but like I can add her in here too, and then I won't have to do a drawing of just her because she's cool. But this is her bar. She owns this place. It would feel weird to have the place not have her in it, you know? Because like she owns it, she runs it. Like this is her place. Okay, what I'm going to do, and this is incredibly based. This is the basest base to ever based. No, you already are. The horizon line is a little bit lower showing the ceiling because I decided to have slightly dynamic, 1 point perspective. I love making it hard on myself. I mean, you just cut that to I love hard. Okay. And now, and now this way, what I can do is instead of doing a full rectangle, instead of a full rectangle, what I can do, this is very awesome. I can move it back to where I need it to go, and I can have it at the crux here. And I can get rid of it. Well, no, I kind of want to keep those. And then what I can do, again, and this is very cool and awesome, is I can erase these lines here, and I'll have a guaranteed symmetrical rectangle in the back. There we are, golden. Golden and crispy. Look at that. And if I remove that, no, if I remove both of these, or no, just that, and then leave. Oh, I did it weird. I kind of can't do that. I have to do all the lines on another layer. I think that's what I need to do. Yeah, that's what I need to do for this. All right, very sick and cool, and also calm. I'm definitely gonna save my wrong button. I'm definitely gonna save my progress though. So that I don't forgore. Because to forgore is bad, and I don't want to forgore. What I do want though, and something I recommend y'all go get right now, is what I like to call gamer hydration. So I will return. I have returned. I also took the time to pippus. Much like Spamton G. Spamton and all the other alphabetical Spamtons. I had to pippus. Okay. Okay, I actually have to do this. Ugh. I'm happy to do this, but also, oh boy, oh boy. His design stayed relatively the same. He just got a cape and got larger. I would have got more comfortable exaggerating figures to be more absurd between these two showings. That's very cool. That's very cool and awesome. I don't know why my stream was paused on my phone. There we go. There we go. We're awesome. We're awesome now. Alright. So, how do we continue? Okay, so there's... I think the best place to start is at the beginning, and that beginning is the start, also known as Lucky Roo. That is what I believe. That is what I believe. Is that he is the start. He is the start. He is good. I need to redo that line and this line because I accidentally erased it when I was doing the other stuff with the rectangle. I was doing the stuff with the rectangle, and I didn't realize that the table was in the way, but now it's fixed. Now it's fixed, and everything is right with the world. Alright. Very cool, very awesome. Now I have to draw a Lucky Roo. Very sick. I put myself up to this, and I'm happy to do so. Hello, viewer. I'm happy to see you here. Alright, let's see, what pose is he in? Okay, he's definitely in a dancing pose, so I'm going to orb. I'm going to draw him as orb. Very cool. He needs to be his own layer. I just realized. Red hair pirate. Sketch 1. There we go. There we go. Now there's a new layer. If it goes like this, then he should be... Whoa. Oh, I may have messed up a little bit. I may have messed up a tiny bit on the perspective. Yeah, I may have messed up a little bit on the perspective, but should be fine. It should be fine. I'm built different. And if you haven't followed me yet, consider following me. I think I'm pretty epic. I do art here. And I also do some learning game dev on Sundays. On Thursdays, fun fact, I do a bunch of world building art. Right now I'm doing concept art for said game that I'm making. And I'm gonna be doing some environmental and like level stuff on Thursday. I'm very happy and excited. Alright, let's see. Okay, so... Man, I can't believe DeviantArt copied Lucky Roo's character design. Circle. Sorkle time. Time for Sorkle. And then, yeah, the shoulders go up there. He kind of shaped Lucky Roo better in the post time skip redesign, which is very cool. I might I might do some of that reshaping actually, because back in the original 1995 issue of One Piece, issue 1, he's just a circle. He's just kind of a circle. And I think giving him a tiny bit more shape uh, than just circle would be good. I, I, I think a little extra shape is good for the body, mind, and soul. Here we are. And then, we do that. The bottom bit of the shape doesn't necessarily matter because there's this like sash that basically all pirates have in One Piece that kind of covers it up, plus pants. Well, like, it's good to have a shape ready. It's good to have a shape ready and in mind. I'm also going to try and give him a little bit more structure in his legs, because this is the point in Oda's art where everybody was sort of rubber hose. Which, he would then fix later because Luffy's supposed to be the one that's rubber. And if everybody else looks like rubber, then nobody's rubber. The foreshortening on this leg is pretty alright, though. There we go. Also, Yasop has had dreads since, or not dreads, more curly hair since the beginning, and what the anime did, what the original Toei anime did, is they gave him this hair instead. This is Yasop. Also, at the very beginning, they were like, alright, let's carve Yasop into his forehead. Instead of giving him a headband like he actually had. Which is very, very funny. You can kind of see in there if I like highlight it. There is a headband there. It just is a little bit hard to see. It's kind of hard for me to say which red hair pirate is my favorite. I I I, I know who's my least favorite. And it's not that monkey. It's this guy. It's this guy right here. He's the guy that goes with the monkey. The reason for that is that I just kind of forget about him. I don't remember him like nearly at all. I remember this guy. I remember this guy because he ends up being somebody. He ends up looking like way different later, like insanely different. Is there a reference image of him somewhere? No. No, I got rid of that because I didn't need it because he looked so different. Unlike Ben Beckman, who basically like he does look like that. He does look like this in the art style. He kind of looks the same, right? Like this is still him. He also had a massive glow up in design, but it's sort of is also the same. As I show here, Lucky Roo just looks basically the same. Lucky Roo is basically the same guy as he was. He is very assured in himself as a person. He's he did a lot of introspection and realized that he likes how he is. might be a few liberties that I have to take with this because this is a scan. This is okay, no. This is a screenshot of a scaled down scan of a physical art piece. So there's a few layers of abstraction going on in this image. Sort of sort of being bit crushed. So there are some liberties I have to take. However, I can ooh, I can interpret it more based on like the reference that I have rather than like, taking some liberties. Mhm. Water. Make sure to stay hydrated. Man, once I get access to channel points, I won't need to have like one of those stay hydrated like channel point things because I am on it. I am on that hydration, I tell you. I'm on it and I'm good and I'm reminding any viewers watching to make sure that you drink water. Just make sure that the water doesn't have shit in it. Like actual fecal matter, because apparently that's a problem in the United States. Uh, yeah, yeah, that happens, I guess. Land of the free, home of the brave, everybody. On 4th of July, I'm show instead of like because that does fall on a stream day this year. Instead of doing like American flag shit, I'm doing Cascadia shit, man. I love where I live. Where I live is awesome. I just don't like the federal government that sort of is over us so much, especially right now. I wanted to work in forestry, but I can't do that for at least 4 years. Like at least 4 years, and that's not even like talking presidency either. I mean that is a big part of it. But also, I need the degrees. I need the degrees and the education, and education is being cut, and I could just be fired randomly because forestry employees are federal. There, there are state forestry services, which are a better option if you want to go into some sort of government thing in your state. Do the state one, not the federal one, because the federal government doesn't really have as much control over state employees so much. They still they still have some control, but like it's less. But still, like I have to finish going to school. I need to get my degrees. I would need to transfer to like a university instead of a community college, and then I'd have to finish those degrees, and then find a job, and it's all fun. It's all fun and all. I want to eventually. I'm working towards it. It's just sometimes the current climate of everything makes it a bit difficult to. Oh, pardon me for being tired. Makes it a bit difficult for me to go. Yes, of course, I would love to work for the federal government. Snile so sneakily. The thing is, though, forestry is super cool and plants are like awesome. I hope I don't end up like Thor Thor Pirate Software in the specific sense of like going to college for something awesome and nature related and realizing that your calling is actually technology and game development. Because like game dev is cool. I want to make some money off it eventually. Uh I never really had a plan on making money off of it, but now I have people who are also working on the project that I want to give money for the project, even though they're like, they're volunteering their time and effort. And like, I want to pay them. I want them to have the money after everything is said and done. So, like, for instance, once the soundtrack is done, presumably there'd be like a demo. Like, there'd probably be like a demo somewhere, like on Steam or something. I'd have to pay $100 for that, but like to like get it up there, I think, unless they made demos free. I hope they made demos free. That would be awesome if they made demos free on Steam to like upload. Let me look at how this is. Okay, okay, that is definitely that man is definitely shaped. Fun fact: I actually enjoy larger men. To a certain extent, there is a certain extent where it gets, sometimes people just get so large that it starts turning into a health issue. And at that point, it stops being it stops being nice for me. I like when people are happy and healthy with their lives. First and foremost, I find people liking themselves and being able to function as themselves to be particularly an attractive trait, honestly. Ba-dum-ba. Stretching, stretching and popping my back is also great. Oh, that felt good. Oh my God. Oh, oh, little things like that heal me. They heal me of all ailments. Hmm. Hey, there we go. There we go. Something I need to remember, specifically with streaming, is that I need to be a place for people to enjoy watching. Which sounds obvious, but sometimes it's like, well, sometimes your mind just sort of wanders and goes, "Hey, I'm putting all this work in, but people aren't seeing me," and then you get like sad. Sometimes you get mega sad, and that is not healthy. That is not a healthy mindset to have. And I'm doing my best to not have that mindset because, like I said, it's not a good mindset. Stream for fun. Stream for fun first. That's what I'm doing. And I would love to get 50 followers and three average viewers. Or, no, an average of three viewers. There we go. That's the way my brain understands it. Better. Just to say it in that order. Here we go. And drawing very clean. If you want to stream for fun, because there's gonna be a long stint. Who knows how long? It just sort of depends on the person and the people watching. Before you reach the point where you can say, "Yeah, I make money off of this." I was like, obviously I want to make money on this eventually. That sounds like, I don't know. Feels kind of obvious to say like, yeah, I want to be able to live. Like, I'd like to do things I love, and get financially supported for it. Which is part of the reason why I'm making a game. I just, I didn't care about making a profit, I guess is the better way of actually putting it. That hand is awful. I'm gonna undo that. There we go. Let me look at this. That is definitely a silhouette. Yeah, years ago here. He is a weirdly shaped individual. His shape is very odd, and I kind of appreciate him for it. I kind of appreciate him for it. It's very cool. I was like, oh, where am I gonna put him? I remember I said they were going in front of this back table. They're going here. They have room now. They actually have room, which is awesome and based. Da 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 da. Water. By the way, gamers, if I come down with some sort of sickness, if if I get down with the sickness, then I'll still do my best to stream as long as it's not like too bad. Because this is fun. I like doing this. I love yapping. Yapping is my today's Tuesday. Gandalf likes to lick a graham cracker. It is her favorite activity. God, I love those videos. Rip TikTok. Fucking rip, man. It's so Jover. So Jover. I loved Gandalf the cat. Today's Monday. Today Gandalf gets to lick a graham cracker. It is her favorite activity. It's so good. It's so good. I hope a Neptune fully pops off. That like it'll be cool like that. All right. So I was looking at something. I'm I'm in the Neptune app Discord because I want to uh keep up to date with everything that's going on with that app because I'm very excited for when it fully releases and it comes out on PC and not iOS on Android because I use an Android device. I'm a based individual who uses Android and I'll need to figure out how to do this, but by October when they stop supporting Windows 10 I will hope to have switched over to Linux Probably Arch Linux, like, Linux Mint, like that, very easy surface level, easy to get into ones. Because I would rather melon baller my eyes out than get Windows 11 and like put that shit on my computer. That's bloatware. That is bloatware, and I have a lot of files on my computer that I need for streaming. And I would like something with less bloatware so that I have more space on this computer. Like that's sort of the main reason. I mean, plus the spyware. The Windows spyware is absurd. I do not care for it. I just I do not care for it. I would much rather not have it on my computer. And because of Steam, Linux is being much more supported lately. Not just like because they have their own Steam OS. Oh, that might be what I want eventually to try out is Steam OS once that's like out. But like, Arch Linux or Linux Mint, which I know Linux Mint is like a variety of Arch Linux. I know how open source stuff works. I know Doom. I know different Doom versions. It's like that. Hmm. Or it's things like Mastodon, Misky, Sharky, and what's the other one I know? Akoma. Where like one sort of sprouted from the other, from the other, from the other. And it's all, because it's open source stuff that everybody's doing. It's like, I want to do this thing, but different because I'm cool. Defederated sites are cool. Right there. It's an interesting technology. Uh, it can allow you to do some dangerous stuff on the internet, and I don't condone any of that stuff, so I'm gonna stay off. I'm staying off of that shit. Besides Blue Sky, I guess. Blue Sky is still working on the of those features. Like, Blue Sky seems like actively trustworthy to me. It's good. Blue Sky is very good. By the way, follow me over on there. Very cool, very pog. I post when I make a post every time I stream, and I do my best to post like stream art, and things like that. And so I enjoy. Yeah, no, I'm enjoying it so far. So speaking of social media, I enjoy again. Uh, Neptune, the Neptune app. I'm very excited for when it's out because like I heard that basically, and this is not necessarily how it's going to work, but basically they're adding in all the features they're going to add into the iOS version that they're doing now. And then once they're done with that, the Android version will be a lot faster because they'll already have all the features planned out and implemented into one thing, and they can just sort of convert it over to Android devices which take a different programming language. So that might take some time, but not nearly as much as like implementing everything into uh like new things into a project. It's very cool. It's insanely cool. By the way, a viewer I saw that left, thank you for checking me out. It's very cool that you did. Have a wonderful day. There we go. All right. Water. Water is awesome. Water is awesome, and people should drink more of it. The way I'm drawing Lucky Roo reminds me of Dolus from Knuckle Sandwich. Uh, if I remember, I'll put him up on screen in the VOD. I'm getting better at editing, by the way. With like all the editing that I'm doing, for getting out roughly 3 VODs a week, uh, on a schedule plus streaming. I'm getting better. I'm getting better and faster. Uh, which is which is awesome. I can't wait to get money so that I can pay my friend to no longer work at Amazon as a packaging person because I don't like that they're in such an evil situation. I would much rather them be uh have good conditions and uh proper money and no debt. And because they are one of my friends is the funniest person I know when it comes to like auditory, like, just speaking out comedy. I think he could make it as a stand-up, honestly. It's just that, he was told something as a kid that he still believes he wouldn't make it. I believe in him. Like, I believe in him if he wanted to. Like, I fully believe that he could because he's hilarious. But the friend that I'm talking about, like editing, is the funniest person I know in visual comedy. He's the sort of I have a meme for this guy, and so and also knows more about editing than I do. So I fully believe that he would be a very capable editor. It is I'm very happy to see that I'm improving though, because having one more skill under my tool belt is always a good thing. Remember, it's better to be a Renaissance person than a one-trick pony. Jack of all trades and all that. Jack of all trades, master of none is always better than a master of one. Like, I think that's how the full phrase goes. So, like, go out, learn stuff. It's always like, even if you're not the utmost expert in one field, if you know enough about a bunch of fields to be competent, then that's going to get you really far in life. And that's sort of the phase I'm at right now, is learning. I'm at the learning phase where I'm gaining all these skills. Like I'm learning programming, I'm learning video editing. I've been doing art, so I'm good at art already. But still, like I still had to go through the whole process of getting good at art. And I'm still not at a place where I'm like quite happy with it necessarily. But I can see myself improving very fast. And that makes me happy. And I'm improving on my writing, and I'm trying to gain project lead skills, which are very useful. And time management is a struggle because I have ADHD, but I'm forcing myself to be on a schedule because I have a hypothetical audience. Uh, and because of that, is helping me like how gain scheduling skills better and all that sort of stuff. So, you never know. You might become good at something if you just try it out. Highly recommend. It was a hello viewer. I see you've entered into my domain. How do your hands look, Mr. Root? They are incredibly small and funny. All right, understood. Incredibly small, funny hands. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat incredibly hard with the hand. There we go. I'm not even gonna draw this hand. That's the beauty of all this. Is that I'm not even gonna draw this hand because I don't have to deal with that. I'm incredibly cool and based, and I don't need to do that. Mm. Water, water everywhere. Go drink it. It's not salty. Smile so sneetly. So you're kind of red. I'll make you a bit more orange, Yasop. I'll make Yasop a little bit more orange. Only some of these people are named. And that's the problem. That's sort of a problem, is that only some of these people are named. And so I might only put the people that are named. Like, you're named. You're named. You're named. You're named. You're named. You're named. You are somewhere in here. I think you, Mr. Snake, I think you are probably... You're probably you. So I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in here, plus the lady. I forget her name. I'll look her up later. Shanks, Luffy, Ben Beckman. So that is 11. That is 11 figures in this piece that I have to draw. But then that's 11 characters I don't need to draw later. So, who's really winging? Winning? Winging. I'm Wing Gaster, the royal scientist. There we go. Yasop. Yasop, go be a deadbeat. Go be a deadbeat. Yeah, I'm going on the same layer as you. Oh, it's because it's a sketch. It was a sketch brush, and it's semi-transparent. Oh god, I was like, oh no, did I do it on the wrong layer? No, I did it right. I did it right. I did it right, and it's cool. Sick and hog and awesome. I didn't realize how tired I was today until now. Fun fact, gamers, I'm an incredibly tired individual. As it turns out, I wake up tired, I live tired, I go to bed tired. It's not a health issue, because as far as the doctors have said, and you know, I trust doctors vaguely. I just got a notification that that a video is going up from Drock later. Which is very awesome and based. I love all the shit he does. Yasa, your goal in life is to be a deadbeat. Be a deadbeat for your son, Usopp. Leave him to have to basically raise himself after his mother and your wife dies of disease. He's a cool character, though. Like, I don't think there's much debate on this. Yasop is cool. He is a very cool individual. Uh, he is a little bit of a deadbeat though. And as my favorite character is Usopp, I cannot let this stand. So that's why I'm sitting. It's because I can't let it stand. As I pull out my stand, Charmy Green. Charmy Green is not my stand. Charmy Green is the stand in a fan comic where Kakyoin lays an egg. Kakyoin, did you lay this egg? There Here we go, there we are. Yes. God, I'm looking at Cirque du Soleil stuff, not in the moment, but like today. Today I was, and today I will continue to. Watch Cirque du Soleil. Their stuff is so cool. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so cool and giving me a lot of inspiration for my game. It's giving me a lot of inspiration for my game. The game that I'm making that's incredibly based and cool. Well, not at the moment, but I'm planning it. I'm doing all the art for it. Uh, Music is being made for it. Uh, the whole shebang. While I work on another game that another person on the team can do music for to help gain their confidence. Engineer. The engineer, you need more confidence in your art because your stuff's good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have them work on the music for the game that I'm currently working on. To be like, see, you have what it takes. Plus, here's like some fucking money. I appreciate that you're like volunteering your time because you think I'm cool. Like that is very flattering. That is insanely flattering, but also like insanely boosts my ego. However, you deserve money. You deserve to have money. And so I'm going to give you money once the game is made and I have the money to give you from the game, the money of the game, of the money of the game. Give me orange, me give orange, give me orange, give me you money. That's a very dynamic face. That's very dynamic. I find that quite sick, like awesome sick. That's very cool. That's very cool, epic. There we go. The eyes are not how they're done in One Piece anymore. The eyes are very different. Is that facial hair? I think that may be facial hair. But it's a lot finer in the actual, like, art of him. It's actually a lot finer. Mm. I just I just realized I have a lot of work to do later. I'm very excited. I'm very happy to do stuff that makes me feel productive. Mm. Oh yeah, I have therapy again on April Fools. I just realized that's not for a while. I should be fine. I should be fine until then. You know, I hope once I get the character movement down, I can figure out how to do procedural generation stuff with like generating tiles to turn into a map. Plus the generation of like, here's a random seed of objects and enemies that you're going to have to face. And then once you loop around again to the hard mode of the elevator game, that creates a new seed. And every time it loops, it, new seeds so that it's the same areas, uh, but like formulated different so that you can kind of go forever and see what your high score is. Plus, like, boss arenas being a bit different each time, and like, you know, a simple game, no end, very smaller in scope, but like, it might be best to uh keep it that way. I'm very excited to like keep working on that, and then once I work on like a workable prototype, then I can expand that out a bit, clean everything up, everything working, get rid of junk code, uh, like, code that doesn't work anymore, doesn't do anything really, uh, get art done for it, and then be like, hey, engineer, can you do some, like, some, like, bouncy, like, cartoony fantasy music, maybe inspired by, like, Rayman Legends music. Da, 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 do, 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 do. But not like Rayman Origins music, because Rayman Origins music has like really cool, like funny sampling. But like Rayman Legends is more like fantasy and orchestral. Like, hey, maybe could you do some of this? And then, they'll do it if they want to. They can fully say no. This is a volunteer sort of thing until I pay them money. Uh like, it's a volunteer thing, they can say no, but like, if they do that, their music is going to be good because they're good at making music. They are actively good at making music. Ah, and and so having a game that is successful-ish, it's probably gonna be a cheap game, like maybe 10 USD. It really does not need to be expensive, like at all. I'm thinking maybe 5 USD, and like converting to like what that is equivalent to in mean income for a bunch of different places so that people can like afford the game if $5 happens to be a lot where they live. Uh like in Brazil, where Engineer lives, the BRL, uh and the pesos and the euros and other dollars and a bunch of other currencies. The British pound is not real and should die, but like I might put it into that anyways, to make it more accessible. Very cool and awesome. Sorry, I'm thinking about the art piece. I'm thinking about the art piece while I talk about what I want to do. with that, and then I can sell the soundtrack underneath as like another product of like, hey, would you like the music from this game? Would you like these 23 tracks from this game? And then people would buy it, and I would give 100% of all that money to engineer. Uh, let me pay you, goddammit, is what I'm gonna say. And then so they get all of that money. And then if they're working together, which I want them to want both of the people working on music to work together. If they work together on like the Clown Game soundtrack, I've got to sell that and then give like you know give them both the money like equally from that so that they have money. And I think that's just gonna be like a thing I do until I can just like outright be like, here's a bunch of money, make me shit. Which I hope I'll be able to do. Like, here's enough money to completely live on. Go, activate. Uh, I'm I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful for my future, and the future that I want to create for other people. Mm. Oh, of course. There's also that like that like 60-hour walking sim game idea that I had with a friend. I'm gonna the same friend who I want editing for me. Uh, plus another game idea I had of like a 4-player sort of team-based like class shooter. Uh, Sort of inspired by like Deep Rock Galactic and TF2. And also Mario Kart with like all the random question mark block type items. And let it have a lot of verticality. I think that would be awesome. That's not gonna happen for a while because like that sounds like a game that needs a team to like constantly maintain. Plus, like server net code is notoriously like hard, and I cannot be bothered. Frankly, I cannot be bothered to learn that. Because I'm already learning a lot of stuff, and that sounds like a not fun thing for me personally to learn. So I need that for that thing. Plus I have like a top-down RPG idea, and I have a Metroidvania idea. I could turn the clown platformer game 2, uh, clown platformer game 2 into a more Metroidvania to be like, find your way up, shit fuck. And then it'll be golden. Let's see. Okay. I need I can smell you. I can smell you. I'll chase you to the end of the earth, Gordon. These characters start out quite squat. Very weird proportions. I'm gonna do my best to copy those, because I want to be faithful to how they're drawn at a time when they're drawn. Because I think that's more fun for me that way. I don't know why I do that swoop. My mind was sort of blanking. I hate how these toes stick out. I hate when my sandals do that. Whenever I wear sandals, it is not the most fun thing to happen because I can feel the lip of it like touching like a crease in my toes, like the inside of a joint of my toes, and it's a little annoying. It's a little annoying when that happens. Sensory issues are real, and they will kill you and me and everyone we know and love. I am so tired. I cannot in good conscience say that I've made no progress, though. I did an entire table and stool. I am drawing the sketches for 2 of these 7 characters here. That's very cool and awesome. And I'm very happy about it. I hope this VOD ends up being kind of fun to watch. Because I have to edit this. And I want people who see this to enjoy it. And I will happen to be one of the people that sees it, because obviously. So if I don't enjoy watching it, then that is a sign that other people might not, and then I'll have to do some introspection of what people want to see, and how I should act to make myself more presentable as an entertainer. I think I do better when there's people to interact with. I think that's what I need. Some of my favorite moments are when somebody's like in chat talking with me. Like to watch, I mean. And like I'm doing my best to just like, still be cool without anybody. Yeah. But like, I talk differently when I'm just sort of talking to myself versus like when I'm actively engaging with somebody. Talking like this on a consistent schedule as a form of trying to be an entertainer has made me a lot quicker on the draw when it comes to jokes. I've noticed. I'm so happy for that. I am so happy for that. Sometimes it takes me a while to think of like a good joke, and now I'm just comparatively. I'm only comparing to my past self here. Comparatively. Hold on. I sure hope that doesn't pop up on stream. It shouldn't. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, good. It showed a Steam notification on my screen, and I was like, "Oh no, is it going to show up on stream?" Oh, that means my friend's game isn't working. Okay, fucking rip. Fucking rip that happens sometimes. I feel so bad that their work they have Windows 8 on their not Windows 8, Windows 11 on their computer. I would rather melon baller my eyes out than have Windows 11. Like I'm gonna go through the pain of learning Linux if it means I don't have to deal with like Windows bloatware. I just straight up do not care. I use my Discord for all my communication needs. I don't need Teams. I don't need fucking Copilot. I really fucking don't need Copilot. I just want my computer to do what I need it to do. I need to have space on it to do things. That's what I need at the end of the day. That's what we all need from a computer. Stop the music. I'll have the whole thing. Da, da, da. We can share the barnacle. Ba, da, 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 ooh, do, 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 do. Stop the music. I'll have the whole thing. Ba, 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 da, 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 ba, da, bro. I love Cosmo Sheldrake. I love his music. I love his music so much. He kind of just looks like a boring white guy, though. So, like, I don't know. I'm not super into him, like, into him. I just like his shit because he's a good creator. He's a good creator that makes not content, good, art pieces. And I saw somebody in my personal life described to me that he is more of a audio artist than a musician. It feels more like the music he makes is art akin to like a painting or illustration more than it is like a song, which is its own form of music. And I thought that was a fascinating insight into like why his music is the way it is because it's like he's painting with sound. He's a sound painter. Stop the music. I'll have the whole thing. That's something I learned, and I've said it before on stream, so it's somewhere in a VOD that I posted. Hi YouTube, by the way. Um, I do a mean Sinatra. I do a very good Sinatra. Like I can sing Sinatra songs very well. Regrets. I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. My friends, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full, I've traveled each and every highway. What's more, much more than this, I did it my What is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has none to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. Let the record show I took the blow and did it my. I like Sinatra. I like Sinatra a lot. Let me get rid of this to see the shape of everybody. That's an interesting shape. That's a very interesting shape so far. I kind of like that. I'm kind of like maxing. I'm like maxing at the moment. That is definitely progress. I kind of like them showing up sort of flying. I like that just sort of floating there, like we're gonna fucking kill you, Luffy. Being a pirate is the best I can fucking get you. I'm going to save, and then I'm going to go to just chatting. And I'm going to stop that. And I'm going to tell you, I have been Bajongles. You can find me here Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at noon Pacific Standard Time. I stream here. If you like me, consider following me. A follow is massively appreciated. Don't mind the 3 o'clock alarm. But a follow over here at twitch.tv/bajongles1 is greatly appreciated. You can also, speaking of follow me over on Bluesky and Tumblr at BigWare1, username Bajongles. Same profile picture as here on Twitch and on YouTube. Uh, and for those watching on YouTube, uh, I would love a lick and subscribble. I would love to get to 1,000 subs so that I could get little pittance of ad revenue, so that I could make money from my creative endeavors. And with that, I will say, it's been wonderful seeing y'all. I'll catch you on the flip flop.